Hey guys, what's going on? Danz News here with a little update video. Just talking about what's going on, what's going to be happening on the channel, and just general stuff, I guess. So main stuff. Sorry about the last couple days, yesterday and today, for not having any Fallout Daily episodes. I'm trying to stay as consistent as possible with that, but between the Horror Festival, which was 4 days out of my time, and then traveling to San Francisco for a Battleborn event, which I can't really talk about, you know, embargoes and such, for 2 days, that kind of just, it was a perfect storm to where during the festival, I kind of confirmed that I would do the Battleborn thing, and then, so since I was leaving Thursday night, or Thursday morning, and coming back Friday afternoon, I didn't have time. Usually like Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, I record, but I didn't have time to record everything. So it just didn't work out to where I could make it so I could keep doing those, which kind of sucked, but, you know, win some, you lose some. But anyway, yeah, so that's why there was no Fallout. I'm going to record some of that today, so hopefully starting tomorrow you'll see more of that. I should record enough to be able to get back in the swing of it and do all that. Some crazy stuff happened. If you haven't been watching my Fallout 3 playthrough, some major events happened, and it left me sad and empty inside. I don't know. It's actually been a little bit since I played it, because last time I recorded it was right before the movie, the film festival, and so I recorded for like 3.5, almost 4 hours. So all that you've been seeing has been that one session, and I got like I was super tired and everything towards the end of it, but there was a lot that happened in that session, and it was really fun. But so I'll be tackling more of that soon. If you saw, I started Batman New Game Plus back up, so there's more of that happening. I'm gonna try to make sure I can go through and finish it. I'm probably about halfway at this point, I'd say. Yeah, I'd say I'm about halfway-ish, maybe a little under. But since I'm just doing the main storyline for that, it's not a big deal, and I should be able to finish it within, I don't know, a few more sessions. Been doing the DLC for that a little bit. Been kind of disappointing, but you know, I'm still going through and hoping one of them's really going to be good. But yeah, I did the Nightwing one last. Actually finally did some challenge maps with the new Batmobiles. That was interesting. You guys seem to like it, though. I don't know why. I was terrible at it. But so there's that. Isaac-wise, I think what I'm going to do until Afterbirth comes out, I think I'm actually not going to be doing Isaac Monday, Wednesday, Friday until Afterbirth comes out. There's no way I'm going to be able to actually complete all the characters at this point. I was hoping to... that kind of be the goal for my Isaac series, Rebirth at least, before Afterbirth had even become a thing, was to go through and kind of complete everything, and then, you know, that's it for the most part. But I'm going to take a break until Afterbirth comes out. That's the 30th of this month, so, you know, 19 days, and then that'll be out, and then we'll be back off to the races with Isaac. I just wanted to make a little bit more time to do some spooky games, since it is Halloween coming up, and it's October, and I don't know, last year I don't think I really did much, but, you know, a couple years ago I actually tried to do some spooky games. I did, like, Slender and, what was it, Nightmare House or whatever it was called? Something of that nature. And, so yeah, that I would like to do more spooky stuff this month. I asked you guys on Twitter for some suggestions. You guys gave me some great suggestions. I think the only one out of the list that I did say I would do that I probably won't end up doing is The Forest, because that's very, like, survival-y sort of deal. And that seems a little complicated. I just wanted something that I could probably sit down and record in one session for, like, 2 or 3 hours and beat it, and then post it. So that's kind of what I was going for. And it seems like The Forest is something that could probably potentially be a long time. I mean, I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, oh, you're in a plane crash, and then you're in this forest. That seems pretty cool. But there's a lot of survival elements that I think I would probably end up being terrible at, and probably would make it terrible to watch. So, probably not going to do that. But there's some really good ones like Co-op, Monstrum, Layers of Fear, Dread Out. Those are I think the primary ones that I'm doing right now, as of right now. If you have any more suggestions, leave it in the comments. But that's what I found from watching that. If I'm mumbly or weird and I sound weird or whatever, I woke up like, I guess an hour and a half ago or so. It's still early morning for me. I haven't really gotten into talking a whole lot. But yeah, so all of that. Stream-wise, I don't know if you guys caught or if I've talked about it. I think I did on my Mad Max playthrough. I did a stream where I grinded in Mad Max, and it was like a couple hours, and I was answering questions in the chat and stuff like that. And I do want to start streaming a bit more often, and I'm trying to figure out when that would be best to do. Tomorrow I will be streaming starting around 1 p.m. Mountain Time, maybe 12 p.m., probably 1 p.m., but around that time. Or wait, yeah, tomorrow's Monday, yeah? Okay, yeah. So, I mean, some of you guys are probably in school, but maybe not, depending on where you are. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start streaming that time. I'll probably stream for an hour or so, and then Liz and I are going to start, like, she'll start streaming on her channel, and we'll play something together. And so that's currently the thing, but like I do want to start streaming a bit more regularly and hopefully get into the swing of doing that. Something I've been tossing around for a while. I just haven't really had the time or conviction to do it. Conviction? I don't know. The drive to do it, I guess, because I've been trying to keep up with my channel and do a lot of stuff on there, because that's been when Arkham Knight came out, that series really took off. Way more than I was expecting it to. Generally, Batman, it does well on my channel, but it didn't, like, that was phenomenal numbers for my channel, which was really strange, and I'm glad a lot of you guys came over for that. But it seems a lot of people are leaving now, so I have a lot of, like, subscriber dipping going on. But, I mean, that's fine. If people, don't want to watch it anymore, that's fine. They can leave. And I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to be crazy about it. You like what you like. But I'm glad that if you joined in around the Arkham Knight time, and if you're sticking around, that's awesome. Thank you for sticking around on my channel. I think there are a lot of more exciting things to come when it comes to like Fallout 4 and other things. I'm really excited about Fallout 4. Mafia 3 I'm super excited for as well. And just other stuff down the road I'm very excited for. Things that I kind of played. I mean, Mafia 2 was actually a pretty big series for my channel as well, so Mafia 3 coming around can only be good. And yeah, our Snapple fact of the day is children go faster during springtime, if you didn't know. Thank you, Snapple. Thank you very much. Feels like my voice is getting a little coarse. I need to get some water. Anyway, that's probably pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. More Mad Max coming, more Batman coming. I just need to get to some recording time this week. But other than that, spooky games, no Isaac for a little bit. Let me straighten out my logo here. There we go. The creatures. But yeah, so all that stuff. I have been talking about doing more movie stuff on my channel, and I'm sorry I haven't. Again, that's been a time thing. I actually do have a bunch of stuff over here in the corner. Artist Joe is actually going to be moving out of my office into a different office. And I'm going to, and I was already planning on doing this before he was going to move out of the office, but I'm going to make a little set over in the corner for my movie show, whatever it's going to be. I'll probably use it for both reviews and as well as my movie news show. But I do want to start getting back into movie reviews, getting back into, well, not even getting back into, starting doing a movie news show. I guess the Gidlow movie show is kind of, if you don't know what a Gidlow movie show is, you can check out, like, just YouTube search it, Gidlow movie show. It's a show that I did with my brother, which a lot of people said we sound a lot alike. As time goes on, you'll be able to differentiate us, but I guess we do sound kind of similar. But my brother and I would sit down and talk about movies because my brother and I are super movie buffs. And generally, sometimes we would go off on tangents about Star Trek because we're also super into Star Trek. But yeah, so like pretty much, I plan on doing a movie news show. I think I kind of want it to be more podcasty. But I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, figure out the formula, figure out the structure of it, and then I will be able to actually start making them. And I would love to start doing that. So yeah, I need to get like the little mini set built, so it'll look pretty, and then we'll be off to the races once we get all of that knocked out. So if you guys are here and you're really interested in hearing me talk about movies, that's been another thing that's been coming up a lot, is like, where's The Farm been? The Farm was a series where I was just sitting down in Minecraft playing and kind of brain spewing my thoughts on stuff, and the way I had made that ended up being kind of complicated to do, and it just kind of like, it took us, I kind of overcomplicated a very simple idea, and I shouldn't have done that. And I think between reviews and maybe even I might start doing like some sort of editorial sort of deal, where if I have an opinion on something, I'll write out my opinion and make a video around it, record it and make it really cool and such. I'd love to do stuff like that. So yeah, I love movies. Who knew? Hopefully you did. I don't know. Maybe I don't talk about it. It always seems to throw some people off whenever I actually start talking about movies and people realize how much I know. I think, yeah, that catches people off guard sometimes. Or people are just like, man, Dan actually has an educated opinion about this, and they get surprised. I remember that used to happen a lot during movie nights and stuff. For people asking about movie nights, we excuse me, I'm sorry, my throat it needs liquidation. How about a Red Bull? That's probably not gonna help. I do have water in my cup. I have a Snapple or Red Bull and my mug of water right there, all ready to go. A lot of people have been asking about movie nights. They, I think, ask me more than anybody else, really, just because that was like my series to do back in the day. But we had kind of took out doing the review, and we're just going to do the skits. We had done Avengers. That was kind of primarily the only one we've done at this point. We were going to just do the skits and not go to the movies and do the review. And we did Avengers, and I was just not fully creatively charged when we did that. And we tried to do Ant-Man, and we actually did film an Ant-Man thing, and that didn't fully come to fruition. And it got to a certain point where it was too late to even do anything with it, really. And it was just kind of mucky, I guess would be the best adjective for that whole situation. And so I think we're trying to actually kind of finally nail down what exactly we want to do with movie nights, and you will be seeing something pretty soon, I think, for movie night stuff. It'll definitely be very different. It'll be very different. It'll be a lot like the Avengers thing, but not. You'll see what it is. Sorry if I'm like spazzing out now, but you'll see what it is, and hopefully movie night stuff will be kind of something like movie night skittish stuff will be coming a bit more regularly soon. So for those worrying about whether we're going to do a Star Wars skit or something like that, you'll see what's coming. Yeah, so all that stuff is pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Feel like I'm getting very hoarse at the end here. Hello, Sonny. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this kind of uncut brain spew thing. Speaking of me being super into Star Trek and Star Trek tangents, I'm looking at my desktop right now. Somebody had asked me more recently if I was planning on doing another Batman week. If you're unaware, Batman week is something I've done twice in the 4 or 5 years that I've been doing my channel. Well, no, it's been more than that, actually. I think my channel started in 2008. But anyway, 8 years. I think about 4 years ago, I did a week, which kind of actually was a bit of an announcement for my channel, because that was before everybody knew I was obsessed with Batman. And so I did Batman Week, and that kind of created the character Danz and stuff like that, and that all came out of that. So it's just a week dedicated to Batman stuff. I did it last year. I usually do it early September, and then this year it rolled around and I had an idea to do a Star Trek week. And I bought some Star Trek games off Steam that are kind of, I mean, some of them are games that I had seen before and I have played, but some of them are, they look interesting, and they have like live action scenes with William Shatner and George Takei and stuff. It's really weird, made just for the game. It's very bizarre. I hadn't even seen that before. But anyway, figured I'd do a Star Trek week where I'd like maybe to break down my favorite I'd have a video where I talk about my favorite Star Trek episodes from the different series or something like that, because I'm super into Star Trek. Talking about the movies, talking about the future of the Star Trek film franchise, and I think that'd be an interesting thing to do. And I think Star Trek's 50th? No, not 50th. It'd be more than 50. Would it be 50th? Yes, it is the 50th, I think. No, because that would make it 70. I am just rambling. There's an anniversary coming up, I'm pretty sure, for Star Trek that I want to honor with that. So when that rolls around, you'll probably see a Star Trek week. Just keep an eye out for it. I'm sure I'll talk about it. But yeah, so that's all that stuff. Hopefully I didn't melt your brain like my brain's melting right now. And I will see you guys either, in the next video or tomorrow on my stream or, on Twitter. Don't be afraid to tweet at me. I like reading tweets, and if you have like a legitimate question, I'll answer it. And such. So I like interacting with you guys. It's really fun. I actually turned on asks back on my Tumblr recently. I don't know if that's really a mistake or not, because before it was just like, I don't like being bombarded with accusations or just people complaining about other creatures or people like asking me about situations that aren't mine to answer. That kind of got really super annoying, and that's why I shut them off. So I turned that back on. So if you have a Tumblr and you want to ask me a question, you can ask me a question. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Oh yeah, and if you could ask me a question, editing software, that's the primary question I get asked. I used to use Sony Vegas for all of our shorts. I've actually since just primarily moved to Premiere, Adobe Premiere. So that's the answer. Adobe Premiere Pro 5.5? 5.5, yeah. Yeah, CS 5.5. That's that. I don't know if you can even find that anymore. Anyway, I've gone on for far too long. I should probably wrap this up. But first, I should do my patented awkward outro. I don't know if I've done that really in a while. I don't know. Also, maybe more vlogs like this that I did like 3 of and then stopped doing. It's another thing I might start doing more often. If I have a story to tell. That's all I gotta really say about all that. This ended up being much longer than I thought it would be. Look at the little Castle Crashers guy. He's dancing. Okay. Love you guys. Love you guys. Why is there a Yu-Gi-Oh card on my desk? Ah, I just poked myself in the eye. Monster reincarnation spell card. Get them all taught. Oh, still. Yeah.